Hello, and welcome to the Kitty Cat Lane. My name is Lane, and today I'm going to be roasting my old art. So I've kept pretty much all of my old art, and currently it stays in a box in the attic. And I went digging through it, and I tried to keep it condensed while showing a wide range through the timeline of my art process. So starting with some of my earliest art that I kept, this art is from late 2010, 2011? Yeah. Right after Pokemon Black and White came out. My friend and I would draw little collaborations where I'd draw the Pokemon trainers and the people, and they'd draw the Pokemon. To be fair, when I drew them facing forwards, it looked a little bit better, but I really wanted to share this one because, oh boy, does this salad fingers look and drawn make me cringe. Her hair looks like burnt bacon. She has no facial features besides, this creepy eye and smile. And her proportions are wrong everywhere you look. But hey, I'm proud of me for trying to draw a hand. Even if you can barely tell the difference between what's the pocket and what's her hand. So, I guess if I had to rate it, I'd say 1 out of 5 rusty spoons. So, with this next drawing, there's not too much to look at. I didn't even draw past the elbows, and it cuts off around what I guess is supposed to be her knees. It's hard to tell with how little we have to go off of, but still no ears, no eyebrows or nose, but it looks a little better, I think. It has a bit more of a purposeful style, I guess. So this was a self-insert for Death Note. You can tell because I so brilliantly drew a D and N for Death Note as a logo on her shirt. Love it! It's just so edgy and looks like your typical Jeff the Killer fan art. But the fact that I drew it in a Girl Scout notebook makes it all the more hilarious to me. I wouldn't want it any other way, really. So, for that, I guess I'll rate it 4 out of 5 Girl Scout cookies for L. Next up, we are getting a little more original, but still pretty generic, with 3 girls who control or represent water, fire, and grass. No longer using the Girl Scout notebook, I moved on to bigger and better things with the use of cheap markers. It's very scribbly, and I didn't sketch out what I was going to do before coming in hot with the markers, so yeah. It's great that I tried drawing hands again, but I really can't tell if she has 2 left hands or if one is showing us her palm and the other is supposed to be the back of her hand. Either way, I'll give it 3 out of 5 streaky markers. Okay, so this guy is the big bad evil guy of my first original story. He's supposed to be a dragon, but this is his human form. Just, where do I begin? I didn't want to be too hard on the older art because I know I was just starting out and I was pretty young, but at this point I feel like I can actually start giving some more harsh criticism. So, let's start with the wings. What is going on with them? It looks more like he has a giant bat strapped to his back with his little leggies sticking out at the bottom there. If those are dragon wings, they have awful anatomy and would flap more like butterfly wings. I hate it. And you know what? I'll say it. His horns look like the poop emoji. One of them is even starting to slide off of his head. And I think I tried to give him scales on his face, but none of the other dragons in their human forms had scales, so that's kind of weird and quirky. He's also extremely long and thin, which would be fine for some characters, but I drew all of my characters with those proportions unintentionally. That, coupled with the feet, oh my god, Just 1 foot is bigger and more round than his whole head. I know feet are tricky, and I was going for this like weird front angle, but wow, just wow. He looks like one of those inflatable yard ornaments that needs to have a heavy base or it'll get blown away. The outfit is just goofy, and it shows that I clearly didn't know what I was doing. He's dressed like he's trying to join a metal band, but wore his Darth Vader Halloween costume along with his Hot Topic accessories when he realized all of his normal clothes are dirty. Let's just give it 1 out of 5 expired hot cash. So, next up, we have this nice lady who marries one of the main characters in that same story that this previous guy's from. We can see that her feet look much better in proportion to the rest of her body. And overall, just better proportions. We're improving, but her feet are overlapped in a weird way that just doesn't make any sense. Of course, I'm back to hiding hands again, and her wings are tiny. They still don't even look like dragon wings. They're more like big pink duck feet. The color palette of her clothing is questionable with the neon yellow bra straps, but whatever. I think for my skill level and abilities at the time, it still looks pretty good. The main reason I wanted to share her is because she was supposed to be a plus-sized character, and looking at her now, she really doesn't look plus-sized to me. Her stomach just looks round and more like she's pregnant than actually plus-sized. It was a step in the right direction, and I was actively working on drawing more diverse bodies, so that's cool, but not the best executed. I guess I'll have to give it 4 out of 5 pink duck flippers. Well, I hope you liked my goofy little video today. Happy April Fool's Day, everyone, and thank you all so much for taking a walk down the kitty cat lane with me.
And here's the secret kitty of the day. Bye-bye.